and basically most of the top coin, ADA, Zilliqa, and all those good stuff. All right, so basically if you want to basically ask me some question about alt, make sure to basically put it in the chat room so I can basically review your alt, right? So alt, basically they having a good day today, right? So one chain up 14%. Most of the alt basically up like 5 to 10%. All right, so let's take a look at it. But let's dive it into the analysis regarding BTC first before we talk about alt. So let's start off with the macro scale on a monthly basis. So let me check the chat room, see if you guys can hear before I dive into the deep analysis, because it is going to be very, very important for BTC. We at decision time, if we break this area, we could be looking for higher numbers, and if like we get a nice close below 9k to 88 range, it is going to be most likely a very, very doom month for BTC. So it seems like you guys can hear. So the monthly not looking so great so far, but we got almost 21 days to go, almost like 20 days to go. So it is a lot. So we could see like a lot of volatility within the next few weeks, at least for the short term, right? So make sure to hit the likes, make sure to basically join our public Telegram group, link in the description. All right, so I also put the link in the chat room, so if you scroll up, you're gonna see the link. All right, so the monthly not looking great, at least for the short term. In terms of volume, we haven't talked about the volume so far, because the bull's been dominating the volume. So but as you can see on Binance, we got roughly that's a lot. Okay, that's 700,000 volume in like 10 days. So we could expect roughly 2.5 million. That's a lot. 2.5 million, that's what we got last month, right? Roughly 2.6, 2.7. So another 2.5 million buying pressure could definitely put the price above 11k. But let's see if we're gonna get another 2 million selling pressure, which basically can take the price below 85 to 80 to 100, right? So volume is very, very important. Even though the uptrend been beautiful and nice, right? The last 2 month volume was not that incredible, all right, in terms of like if you try to compare it with the the previous selling pressure we got just about this area of March, right? So let's keep that in mind. Beautiful uptrend, but we need a bigger volume to basically above like a 2.5 to 2.8 million to basically keep up the uptrend. And definitely if we're going to be breaking 10.5, we're not going to break 10.5 with 2.5 million trading volume. It is most likely going to be 3 million trading volume, stuff like that. So you got to keep that in mind. It is just like you could basically make the same argument basically when we broke a 6k area last year, 2018, not last year, 2018, right? You can see like the type of volume we used to break this level was like a very, very big volume. So as you can see, like most people been most analysts, they've been saying like a 6k was a bottom, right? But you gotta think about it, guys. If we've been moving sideways like for almost 6 to 8 months, right? February all the way up to October, almost like 8 months, right? If we're gonna break this 6k area, we're not gonna break it with like just to drop like 1,000 point, right? So, and you can see like we dropped 50%, all right? So similarly, as you can see, like when we broke this level of 6k, we did not break it like just to drop down to 5k, all right? That's one of the reasons I try to cover like a 40 to 100 range, and I got valid reason for that also in terms of like other indicators and moving averages. I showed you on March 1st or the first week of March about the 200 smooth moving average, which was my target at 40 to 100 range. So exactly we hit 42 on the CME, all right? But other exchanges we hit basically basically 3800. So very important. So if we're going to be breaking this level of just about like 6k, we're not going to break it just to retest like a, I don't think we're just going to break it to retest 4k area. It could dip all the way down to like a 2.5, but like I said, my goal is not basically to basically buy the exact bottom. If you buy like within 30% of the bottom, you're doing well for BTC. Just like, if you bought at, let's say the bottom was at 3500, 3100, right? But you bought at 4k, that's almost like over 30% away from the bottom, but you still made like a massive gains, right? So the goal is not to buy at 2k. The goal is to buy like within like a 30% of the bottom, at least for me. All right, I don't know about you, but if you try to pick this exact bottom 2k, you might miss like 200% move to the upside. By the time you buy, you might be buying at 6k. Even though I was bearish in this area, I said it when BTC was 5500, I was like, okay, 55 is a good buy. Even though we're looking for a retest of 4 to 3k, 55 is a very, very good buy. So do not wait till BTC hit like 10k. You'll be like, oh, I wish I could have bought at 55, right? So I said it, do not sell your BTC at 5500. I got a video for that. All right, so like a month ago or 2 months ago. So the monthly, basically it is telling us it is a big decision time. If we break this level of 10.5, I don't think we just gonna break 10.5 to hit like a 11k. We most likely gonna make a very big move up to 12k, okay, on on average, right? So let's keep that in mind. All right, so let's dive into the deeper analysis. I think that's the only thing I wanted to cover on the monthly. The range we could be looking for, it is like this 6k area on a monthly basis. We basically haven't I haven't seen like price basically get a close below it, right? As you can see, like since when last time, I mean since like basically 2017, right? We only got a capitulation move below it and a very impulse move above it. So if we're gonna close if like we're gonna be getting a close below this level of 63, it might take forever to go back below it. Okay, so we just have to keep that in mind. It could take like another round bottom formation, another probably like a 4 to 6 months to basically get another U-turn, something like that. All right, so let's keep that in mind. Very, very important level key area, it is going to be 63, and I said it, 63, it is at the same time 0.618 pullback. All right, so as you can see, it is actually 50% pullback, right? Because I'm using the log scale. But if I remove the log scale, it is exactly at 0.618. So as you can see, very, very good area of confluence, very, very good support level since like a 2018. So let's keep that in mind. This level of 63 area going to play a major role. We do not want to close on the monthly basis below 63. I'm going to repeat it again. We do not want to close on the monthly basis below 63. Okay, it could take us a very, very long time to break it again, but BTC is BTC. All right, so let me dive into the next time frame. Let me check the chat room, guys. Hey, what's up, Usman? What's up, Sentence? Aldo, thanks a lot for tuning in, man. So Aldo, I'm gonna talk about I might talk about today the book map. I know you don't want me to talk about it, but so I might talk about it a little bit so I can show the liquidity pool at 4K. So so now let's take a look at the 21-day chart, right? The 21-day chart, it is one of my reversal pattern. I only use it like for reversal. I don't use it like on a day-to-day basis. For instance, like I said it multiple times. So we use it like back then right there, okay, right, and we use it right there, okay. So I didn't use it right there because I wasn't doing TA back then. So but at least for the short term right now, I'm just going back to it. I showed you guys this spinning top on the 3 weeks chart, so it is kind of incredible, and it could basically give the bulls a very, very tough time, at least for the short term. So but if like we get a within the next 5 days, within the next 5 days we get a let's say we get a like engulfing 3 weeks chart, right? Because this candle gonna close on in 5 days, something like that, right? On the 17th, I think, something like that, right? On the 17th. So in 5 days, this candle gonna close. Let's say we close with a engulfing candle just about tenfold. That's going to be extremely bullish, and it could take another 3 weeks at least, you know, to wait for. You're gonna have to wait for another 3 weeks to get like a reversal pattern. It could be another engulfing candle after that, like a bearish engulfing candle, just like this, right? So we do not want to close like above tenfold within the next 5 days. That's going to be extremely bullish for the, you know, too bullish, okay, for the bears, right? So one thing we also do not want to do for the bears, right? I mean for the bulls. So the bulls need to avoid like a closing below 88. I showed you why we need to close. We need to avoid closing below 88, right? Because if we close below 8800, this candle gonna look like this, right? This candle gonna look like this. So do you guys remember this this type of candle, right? So we got this type of candle back in June 2019, right? When I said like that's it, guys, we could be in the bear market for another 12 months. So you guys can go back and watch my videos back in June, July 2019, right? So, and we've been in the bear market, you know, since then, right? So we do not want to get it on the 3 weeks chart, right? Last time we got it on a weekly basis. This one, if we get it like on the 3 weeks chart, it could give us a very long bear market. All right, so two key areas to pay attention to, right? At least for the short term, it is going to be 10.1 to 10.5 roughly, right? But a close below 10.3 to 10.4 going to be very bullish, right? So keep that in mind. A close below 88 within the next 5 days going to be very bearish, okay? So just have to keep that in mind. All right, so now let's dive into the let's talk about the weekly basis now. So the weekly basis, as I said it last time, the bears kind of like let that slip. All right, so they should not basically let the price like a pump above 97 last week. They should have kept it like just about like a 94. That's what we were looking for last week, you guys remember? And I was like, if we close below 94, it is going to be a you know, we could see like some nasty sell-off next week. But basically the bulls basically did a great job pushing back above 94, right? And basically closed just about like a 97, which was kind of incredible. As you can see, this level of 97, roughly 90, let's say 97, right, on average, right there. As you can see, right, it took us like almost like what, 4 weeks, guys. We couldn't close above it, and all of a sudden we closed above it. That was actually bullish, right? So but right now we coming back down, okay, on a weekly basis. We do not have any, let's say, any sort of like a confluence region in this area. The next level, it is going to be right there, yeah, okay, which is like 8700 on a weekly basis. Okay, I'm not sure how long it is going to take for the bulls, which is basically in confluence with what we just talked about on the 3 weeks chart, right? Which is basically we do not want to close below 88. So you can see it on a weekly basis. We do not want to close at the same time below 88, because if we close below 87, we're going to break this level of support. It's been a support for like 1, 2, let's say 5 weeks. Okay, 5 weeks of support, you know, 4 weeks, you know, 5 to 6 weeks of resistance, right? So it is a good range to be, you know, to be paying attention to within the next few weeks. A close below this level of 88, guys, going to create a lot of damages. Okay, it is going to create a lot of damages. Hey, what's up, Robert? Will Ether be coming down to 220? I mean, we talked about Ether yesterday. I mean, you know, it came down to 225, so that was close enough, right? So unless you're leveraging, if you're leveraging, 220 to 225 is a big gap. But if you're not leveraging, I think like if you're looking for Ether to hit $300, 225 to 220 is the same range. You shouldn't. I mean, personally, I don't. When I'm spot buying, I really don't care about like a, you know, a 2% difference and stuff like that. I just buy, because you're not looking for a 2% gain. You're looking for like a 30% to a, you know, 50% move to the upside. So Hey, what's up, Jude? Thanks a lot, Moon Boy. Sunny's live, at least for the short term. uh, all right, guys. So now let's dive it into the. We talk about the monthly. We talk about the 21 days chart. We talk about the weekly basis. Now let's dive in into the good stuff. All right, the good stuff going to be the 3-day chart and the 2-day chart. Now let's start with the 2-day chart, right? So 2-day chart, I talk about it like I think like on my short update last time. We talked about the 21 EMA. As you can see, like a support, and now we're getting another support, right? So that is not good at all. So as you can see, it's not good for the bulls, right? So if you bear, it's not good for the bears. So if you bearish, you could be facing very tough time to break this level. That's one of the reasons why I took profit like 90 to 80 yesterday, right? So even though target was like the 12-hour 100 EMA, which was 9100, we talked about it like 3 days ago, okay? 9076, we hit exactly that number, okay? 90 something like that on Bybit, right? So we hit that number exactly. We're gonna dive it into the 12-hour later, but we gotta be able to break this level, guys. So the 2-day 21 EMA doesn't basically it's not a it's not a moving average where you basically find like a strong support over and over again, right? So but recently I'm seeing like we've been finding support on top of this 21 EMA, so we got to be able to break it. Breaking it could basically trigger a lot of selling pressure towards the downside. All right, so let's keep that in mind. All right, we got to be able to break our 21 EMA on the 2-day chart. 3-day 21 EMA haven't retested yet. Close enough, right? They're very close because of the low volatility. So let's see. Okay, we got to be able to find support within this range. So otherwise it could be nasty. You got your 100 EMA just about like 8300 on the 3-day. On the 2-day it is about 84, so relatively close. All right, so if we break it, we can find a temporary support right there. Okay, even though market going to be bearish, right, on the 3 weeks and weekly and monthly, but on the lower degree you could find like a let's say you day trading or something like that, you could find a nice bounce back up from roughly around like a low 8k to mid 8k area, so which is basically your previous resistance, just about that level. So let's keep that in mind, right? So now let's dive into the daily time frame. Daily time frame, we basically broke the 21 EMA, but the 21 EMA on the daily been giving us a very tough time. So if we close above this 21 EMA on a daily basis, that would be really bullish. Okay, so that would be bullish. Okay, so we don't want to close below this above. Okay, sorry. So above this 21 EMA on a daily basis, it could it could trigger some bullishness. Like this time, like last time we closed above it, I was like, oh, it's a fake out. Even though we got all the recipe all right to go bullish, I was still being very skeptical. But this time I'm not going to be skeptical. If we close above it, I'm not going to be looking for a short all the way, maybe all the way up to like a 10.3 or 10.4, because it's not going to be, I just don't want it to play me again. All right, so because this range, we closed above it, I was like, it's a fake out. We closed above it right there, I was like, oh, it's a fake out. So if we close above it this time with a 6-hour MACD crossing over, I'm just gonna take it to the upside, or wait till we hit resistance again, right? So keep that in mind. All right, so we don't want to close above 21 EMA on a daily basis. All right, so now let's dive into the 12-hour time frame. Let's take a look at it on Bybit. So on Bybit, that's what we used last time, right? On the lower degree, when I was showing you your MACD, and I showed you clearly, right? I showed you the MACD cannot basically look like, it cannot look like this forever. It is basically showing you like, hey, I'm about to create a lot of volatility and I'm going to be going to the downside. All right, RSI already gave us a bearish pattern. As you can see, like I showed you the RSI, right? We dropped, and then we got a 3-way move pullback, right? That's a flat correction. And then I was saying like we're gonna make this move, right? Not on top of that, on the 2-day chart, right? I showed you on the 2-day chart. I showed you, I was like, we got what? We got an impulse, and then we got correction, 1, 2, 3. And what do we expect next? We gotta expect another impulse, right? So what's the difference between this pattern, right, on the 2-day chart, and the pattern we got on the basically 12-hour time frame? It is the same thing, guys. So we got this drop, we got this 1, 2, 3, 1, come on, 1, 2, 3, and then we got this impulse. So if you switch back to the 2-day chart, you can see like we still got some more room to cover. Okay, we got some room to cover, at least for the short term. That's what I'm anticipating within the next few days. All right, that's a 2-day chart, so it might not come very quick, very easily. All right. EWT 1K. I don't know what's EWT, man. Robert, look. Hey, what's up, Luke? What's up, Aaron? Thanks a lot for tuning in. So now, guys, we gotta drop down to the good stuff. All right, which is basically our hourly. I know most of you guys just looking for those 200 points, 300 points up and down. All right. So yesterday, before we even before BC gives you gives you a pullback, what I said, right? Pay attention to what your 21 EMA and your 100 EMA on your hourly time frame and your 15 minutes. If you're scalping, pay attention to your 15 minutes. So the 15 minutes, if you paid attention to your 15 minutes, you could have get a nice short right there. Okay, that's almost like a 1.5% drop. And I was like, pay attention to your 100 EMA on your 15 minutes also. As you can see, you can still get this another 2% drop, or at least get another 1.5% drop if you're scalping. So it is a very good technique. All right. So how do you recognize it? After a drop, you get a very big selling pressure. It has to be like it has to be basically a very big selling pressure. Okay, most of the time when you get these big selling pressures, it basically showing you like we're about to move sideways. Okay, we're about to correct, make a sideways correction. But the type of correction you're gonna make, you don't know if the market wants to make a three-way move pullback, or if the market wants to make a triangle or a zigzag, whatever. So my technique is like to use my 2 moving averages. It doesn't matter what the market wants to do. These 2 moving averages, they're gonna be moving. Okay, 21 and basically 100 EMA. If the market wants to make a vertical move, they're gonna intercept it. If the market wants to make a triangle like this and push to the upside, they're gonna intercept it, right? So either way you look at it, you just wait for your 21 EMA on your hourly basis to short, right? If if market wants to push higher, you got your 100 EMA. So best thing to do is like always ladder position between 21 and 100. You're always gonna get a good average. In my premium group yesterday, I gave them a 5 minutes update last night before I went to bed, right? And I was like, on average, look for like a 94.80, but the 100 EMA right there, the 100 EMA was just about like a 94.60, right? Range. So I was like 94.80 range, 94.40 to 94.80 range, and look for a possible short opportunity up to 95. But I do not want to wait for 95 because we might not get it, right? The goal is not to get the top. The goal is to get the range. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So if you enter, like, let's say we entered at 94.80, right? So price is still below. It's like 94 right now. So so even though it pushed like to the upside up to 94.50, you don't care because you're in range. The mid range is 94.80. Okay, it can go all the way up to 95.20, 95.25, right? So hey, what's up, Chris Lee? I haven't heard that coin, man. So just give me a ticker symbol so we're gonna take a look at it. So So let's keep that in mind. So what are we looking for right now? So since now we got an engulfing candle, but my only concern with this engulfing candle, let's switch like to Bybit. We got, that's why we got this big, okay, that's red. So it's not a concern anymore. But the concern I was about to say, it was like this we got a big engulfing candle, that's nice, right? Below the 200 EMA on the hourly, that's nice. So that's pretty much showing like a bearishness for the short term. So we could be retracing down to that's for the short term now. Okay, I'm not saying we're going to the moon or we're going to doom, right? So we got several multiple areas to pay attention to. We got 0.618 going to be just about like 92.50 range, 92, depending on, you know, which exchange you're using. Okay, so I'm not looking for exact number once again. Okay, I'm just looking for the range. So 92.40 range. Okay, 92, let's say 92.40. All right, so and basically 0.786 going to be 91.50. So let's keep that in mind. We could get those two numbers within the next few hours, at least for the short term. Other than that, we got a 382 at like a 93.50, which which can basically pump back the price up, which can basically give us another pump back up. Okay, and basically pull back to 50% to 0.618 before giving us this move. So market is not going to do, it can, but I don't like to anticipate like a linear drop. Okay, I always anticipate like a 3-way move or 5-way move. That way you give your time less pressure. It is less stressful to basically always anticipate like a linear move. I can't sleep on BTC. You can't sleep on BTC, man. so you can sleep on BTC. So let's see. But the bulls, if you bullish, I know we got some moon boy. So if you bullish, even though we're looking for a drop, doesn't mean like it is a bad thing. You see what I'm saying? Market has to move. Market cannot basically just sit tight in one, in just about this range and sit tight, not doing anything. It has to move, right? So let's say somebody is basically shorting. Just because we're shorting, we're gonna take profit, right? We're gonna take profits. What does it mean? Like if we take profit, it doesn't mean market cannot keep dropping, right? But it doesn't mean neither market cannot rebound. So just because somebody is bearish right there does not mean market cannot go up to 10K. You see what I'm saying? So what you need to look for on the lower degree, you need to look for a divergence. Okay, if we drop down to like a 80%, like a 0.786 range or below, I like to call it divergence. I just, like I said, I'm not looking for exact numbers. I'm not looking for a 100% retracement. 80% to 90% retracement is good enough to call it a divergence, because volatility. Okay, so you want to look for that move. You already got a beautiful setup for a divergence. Most likely this MACD is not gonna give us like a double crossover. I haven't seen a double crossover on the hourly forever. so most of the time it gives you this type of move. All right, so we already, you can see like this move we got, it never, okay, price never dropped all the way back down, even though we pumped back to like a 50% pullback. So you can see MACD is not, if you're waiting for your MACD to cross over and give you another pullback, you're gonna wait forever. Most of the time you don't get it. You're gonna get it, but by the time you get it, you're gonna give up. Okay, because it could be like around the 14, 15, blah blah blah, right, before you get another double crossover, bullish crossover, just about this area. So just like what we did right there. Okay, we got this bullish crossover on the 3rd. By the time we get another one, it's like what, almost like on the 6th, 3 days, right? So you don't want to wait for that. So I wouldn't be focusing too much on the MACD right now. I would just focus on the RSI, which is basically going to be more a better response. Okay, it has a better response, at least for the short term. So RSI is bullish, MACD already bullish. All we need is price to get rejected right around this area of low 9K to 9200, and then we could look for a rebound. Okay, it could be, and then we're gonna get this flat, and then we're gonna get this move. All right, I said it multiple times. When BTC dropped right there, right? When we got this drop, what I said, right? And we pumped this move, right? And I was like, look for this move. This is going to be ABC correction. Even though like a couple days ago when I was going live, I was like, it's bullish. And I was like, it's not going to change anything about the structure. We can pump back up to 10K, 1035, 10035 range, and then still do this. So it's the same thing, okay? We can either count this as an ABC correction, or we can count this as a possible ABC correction. It all depends on time now, all right? It all depends on time. So that's what I'm looking for, at least for the short term. On the lower degree, it is you can make multiple trades. You can short it down, long it down, and you can short it to the downside and pump it to the upside. And if it breaks this area, let's see, if like we basically make this type of pattern with lower highs, right? Multiple highs, and you could just look for your 1.27, 1.4. You can pump all the way up to 98, right? All the way up to 90 if we break that level. But I'm not saying it's going to go there straight. Keep that. I'm looking for this one first, right? And then we're going to either look for a flat and a continuation, or we can look for a very expanded flat. So we don't know which one it is going to make, so let's just wait within the next few hours, right, after we retest this area. Hey, what's up, sweet canary? So basically we talk about BTC on monthly, 3 weeks, weekly, 2 day, 3 days, right? Hourly and 15 minutes, right? So now let's dive into Ethereum before we talk about alt. So Ethereum yesterday, we talked about Ethereum regarding like a 226 range to 228. That was live, right? When Ethereum was almost like a 235, 237. So we said do not pay attention to your 4-hour 100 EMA, pay attention to your 6-hour 100 EMA. All right, so but Ethereum is already recovered, right? So that was quick recovery. So take a look at Ethereum. Give us a cleaner 3-way move so far. You got A, B, and C, right? So after you get an A, B, C, either you're gonna expect continuation, right? Or you can expect another correction. You can expect another correction like this. It can make a lower low, okay, or it can just double bottom, all right, retrace down to like a 0.786, something like that. And if it does this, it means we're gonna get another pullback. Okay, it means we're gonna get another pullback. If it give us a double correction, we could expect an impulse wave, right? But other than that, we can expect like the impulse wave from now on. Okay, so but since like we're expecting BC to pull back to like a low 9K, we can expect it also to drop back down to a low 225 to just about 225 to 228 range also. All right, so let's see what Ether going to do after we retest this level of 228 range. All right, because I just showed you we got two, we can make a double correction, or we can just continue the downtrend. All right, so because this move is impulse, it is impulse, and unless we get a V-shaped recovery, I don't think like we're gonna get one, but let's see. Okay, Verge, we talked about Verge yesterday. We're gonna take a look at Verge. So Ether, for Muhammad, we already talked about Ether, right? So you know what to look for. You can rewind it and watch it. All right. So, but as of now, I would be looking for a reversal, for another bullish setup. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about the Verge. We talked about Verge yesterday, right? Or the day before yesterday, a couple of days ago, basically. Okay, so Verge, let's go on the 3-day chart, right? So on Verge, we said either you want to wait for it to close above this range of 100 EMA on the 3-day chart. It is doing that, right? So we got another day and a half, right? Almost like 30 hours to go. So you might not want to wait for 30 hours, but you have to wait, all right? Or unless you're already in Verge, you just huddle, right? Because like I said, it is above the 21 EMA on the 3-day chart, right? It is a hold, but it wasn't a good time to enter at 58 unless you wait for it to close above the 100 EMA, like right now. Cool down to like a rough around like 62, and then you can find an entry, and then you can take it. Because I don't think it's gonna just pump. Like if we break this area, it's not just gonna pump like, you know, like I said, it's not gonna pump like to 77 and so on. This sucker can go all the way up to like 150, okay, which is like a May, like June, just like 116, just about like a June 2019. So just like Zilliqa, okay, if like we break this level, we going up to a June prices or like a May prices. All right, so let's keep that in mind. So Verge is looking good. It is a hold, but I'm not gonna buy it after 20% up. That's what I'm saying. All right, it looks good. Best time to buy alt right now, I said it multiple times, it's not after they pump 20%. You buy alt above the 21 EMA, okay, right there. You just buy and you huddle, and if you can huddle for 3 to 6 months, you're gonna do well. It might not even take 3 to 6 months, because some alt they ready to pop right now. They above their 3-day 21 EMA, and they're going to be going back to their June prices, June 2019 prices. Okay, some of them they're going to wait till September to do it. Some of them they're going to do it now. So you don't know which one going to do it, right? You see what I'm saying? So if I'm holding an alt and it hasn't pumped yet, I'm not going to sell it to buy Verge, okay? Stuff like that, because Verge already pumped. So now let's take a look at the Stratus, okay? I talk about Stratus. As you can see, Stratus is looking very, very good in terms of sideways correction. Not you. Okay, Stratus is looking great in terms of accumulation. That's the best time to be buying. Okay, can it drop low? Absolutely, it can drop down to like a 3,000, but that's the best time to be confidently buying and accumulating down to like a 3,000. If it goes down to 3,000, you just buy to average like a 3,500. Not financial advice. I'm just talking, you know, talking like I'm talking to myself, right? So, and first resistance is going to be roughly around like a 6,200, which is almost like 80% pump. So which is basically 80% pump. And Stratus already retested like June prices, June 2019 prices. So I don't think it's just gonna retest it just to get rejected. We could be looking for like a right there. That's still July. That's July. June prices right there. May, June prices going to be like a 12,000. So current price of Stratus is like less than 4,000. So it's almost like a 3x move. So not to a 3x, which is basically 200% move, right? So it is a very good level of good level to be accumulating Stratus, right? The only downside about Stratus, I said it, right? Very risky. It can basically, you know, hunt you down like this, which with some you know, big wick to the downside. So let's keep that in mind. All right, that's a downside. You know, that's a negative you know, impact of it could be a negative impact on you know, on your holding if you put a stop loss, stuff like that. But very beautiful you know, triangle formation. You could call it a descending triangle, yes. But you know, it is at the bottom, and it's been basically holding very strong since like August 2019. So let's see. $94.30. It's gonna be in this range, man. So $94.30. So it could be a very boring weekend, all right, between 92 to 90, 95.50 range. This weekend we could be, you know, we could be ranging, could be just, we could be in that range for the next few hours, few days. Are we going down more, or are we gonna shoot up? I would say like a sideways, you know, 3 to 4% move up and down, stuff like that. Nothing crazy, not at that 10%, 15% drop. I wouldn't assume so. All right. Somebody asking for AGI. So AGI is looking still looking very strong, not dropping as much as I wanted it to drop. so AGI not dropping enough, but it is looking good now. It is, like I said, just like Verge, above the 21 EMA on the falling wedge, beautiful divergence. You got all the recipe. Has not basically pumped since like a July 2019, right? So has not pumped since July 2019, and we could be looking for like a May 2019 prices, which is roughly around like a 700s. Okay, so that's a very good it worth for waiting. Okay, it worth waiting. AGI. So we could be looking for almost like a 4x move, all right? So, but not sure how long it's gonna take it. How long it's gonna take it to basically pump that high. That's the thing. But you just huddle, man. Just huddle. Just huddle. Regarding next week, it all depends. It all depends how we close this week. Okay, yeah, like I said, we do not want to close below 98. That's going to be absolute disaster if we close below 98. You know, within the next 2 days, right? Augur. So, Augur is too high for me. I'm not saying it's not gonna pump, but we got a nice channel. Since like a September, it's been moving up. So let's see. It needs to break this level. So you're about to get a breakout. You could be getting a breakout from this coin very soon. All right. So I wouldn't. It's not the type of structure I would be looking for, at least for the short term. I like to buy at the very bottom, like not absolute bottom, but within certain range. Okay. So I think like Augur got some some more potential downward potential, at least for the short term. Can it shoot up to the upside? Absolutely, it can. But looking at the structure, I would be waiting. At least for the short term. It could take a month, all right, to drop back down to this level of 70,000 or like a 60,000 area. Okay, current price almost like 155,000. That's kind of a lot. So would wait at least for a 50% drop, 50% to 55% drop for a possible re-entry. VET. Let's take a look at VET. VChain. VET. What? Okay, VChain looking good. So think VChain like just like Augur, right? So last time VChain was right there around 80 cents. I was telling you guys wait to buy VChain around like what 37 again. So you can see like bounce back up, push back up. So it is double topping. If VChain already retested like May June prices. As you can see, like you know, alt, they're giving you the same exact setup. Okay, regardless which alt you're looking at, your price action, price target, it has to be your June prices. You just have to hurdle it. Not financial advice, but you can see like September, it pumped. Okay, it pumped where? It pumped all the way up to what? June prices. Okay, and got rejected, came all the way back down. Most people have been FOMOing. I never FOMOed. Okay, it was so high. I was like, this sucker gonna drop all the way down to 37. It drops all the way down to 38. Okay, so now you got the double bottom. I wasn't paying attention to VChain, right? But we got this move. So let's see if this move going to be retesting like April, because VChain gonna tell us. Okay, even if you're not holding VChain, you need to watch it. Okay, because if like we retest like April prices, you gotta understand like most alt, they're going to retest the April 2019 prices. That's all it is telling you. Okay, that's all it is telling you. Let's say we pump right there, I'm gonna have to hold my QDM all the way up to like April prices then. All right, I'm gonna hold my QDM. It might take forever to pump, right? But if it pumps, it's gonna pump all the way up to April 2019 prices. All right, so keep that in mind. Loom, I haven't checked Loom forever. Loom, Mana, I need to check Mana. Okay, I think this central lane. So looking good, has not pumped yet. Okay, you can see like that's Loom network, right? I just showed you I think AGI, it's AGI, right? It's the same structure. Let's double check. I think it's AGI. Let's see. It's the same structure. Exactly. Okay, you can see like AGI and Loom, they got the same exact structure. So, and this guy is basically asking both of them above the 201 EMA basically in terms of like ready to pop. So I would be paying attention to Loom. Same exact structure. You can see, right? In terms of let me get you let's do this. Okay, and this is the move I was showing you a couple of days ago. That was like BTC, all right? So I'm gonna go back to this move, all right? So that was like BTC, and when I was showing you guys, we're gonna be dropping to the downside and potential target if we break the okay. So that's the 3-day chart. You got AGI to the right, and you got a Loom to the left. All right, so you take a look at these two charts. Let me make sure I'm not looking at the same thing. So it is the same exact structure, all right, same exact structure. So if I'm bullish on AGI, I gotta be bullish on Loom, all right? But they might not pump at the same time. One might pump later, one might pump, right, and the next one might wait. So this one could wait and this one could pump. So if you understand what's going on, if one pump, you gotta switch to the next one, right? But it's the same exact structure. Video is gone. Is video? What do you mean video is gone? So let's go back to BTC really quickly. So before BTC pump to the moon. It is still at a 96.34. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's a video basically cutting off. It's back on. Yeah, the buy pressure we got over the last 12 hours was not that incredible. So let's see. It could, like I said, on the lower degree, we're still looking for a retest of this lower 99K area. So buying pressure, not that great. We're definitely going to come back retest the low 9K. We got the 21 EMA been holding the price as a very, very good support. As you can see, now it is going to be very tough to go back above it. This 21, this yellow line, that's a 21 EMA on a 12-hour time frame. All right. Our MACD, as we already talked about the MACD, we said MACD going to do this, right? On the 12-hour, RSI, MACD, we said it is going to do that, all right? All right. On top of that, our 2-day MACD, we already talked about this move. The last few days, we've been saying we already got the crossover, so let's wait for the big drop. So let's move on to King XRP. XRP is now officially below 20 cents. That's not good. All right. So XRP in terms of patterns, it is, it's not good at all for XRP. This like I showed you previously, this move 1, 2, 3, you gotta expect an impulse wave down. So that's what we're getting from XRP right now. So let's see if XRP going to be able to find support. 0.618 to 50% pullback. Because XRP BC can go up, right? And XRP can still be dropping. As you can see, we double bottom at 382. Next level of going to be like a roughly around like a 16,825. Let's just say 17 cents, which is 50% pullback, and 0.618 going to be 15 cents range for XRP. Hey, what's up, Jiffy? Hey, what's up, Craig? BCD. Digibyte. We talked about Digibyte a long time ago. It is a good buy. When Digibyte was basically moving side DGB. I think it's DGB. We talked about Digibyte a long time ago, before the pump, right? We talked about Digibyte regarding this structure. We said it is a good buy. Just huddle it. It's gonna pump, right? It never pumped like till basically March, right? March, we started pumping. So, but as of now, it is making a corrective move. So let's see if Digibyte going to be able to make a continuation pattern. But as of now, we already got this move. So let's wait for a sign of reversal to get rid of it, and we could say, hey, we're gonna be buying back at the bottom, right? So, but as you can see, I said it. I think Digibyte already retested April prices. You can see like first week of April, Digibyte already went all the way up to April. It did not basically retest like just June, May prices right there. It basically went all the way up to April prices. That's what I tried to show you on VChain. All right. So BC is pumping. Let's check it out. Check the 5 minutes. Do the 5 minutes chart. Look for a 0.618 pullback. 0.618 pullback, going to be just about 94.85 again. So which is basically, you know, my average entry, just about 94.80. So okay, man, this is an impulse wave, right? To the downside, it has to correct, can't correct back up, so it's just correcting. BCD. Three-day chart, looking good. Not looking so great. So pump January, so not looking so great. Getting rejection from the 3-day 21 EMA. Would love to see it come back down and basically accumulate. Good entry could be right there, just about like a 41.60, just about 4200 range. Current price just about 62, so that's another 30% drop, roughly 25 to 30% drop. Can swing it like this. So but I would wait for a pullback. I'm not saying to sell it, but I wouldn't buy it. It doesn't mean it can't go up, but looking at my strategy, yeah, you know, you can still buy at the bottom again, right? Hey guys, make sure to basically hit the likes and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Give me a ticker, okay? API. I don't know what AP. You must mean Apple. I don't know what the APL is. Let's talk about Ether on the macro scale. Even though we're dropping, guys, I think Ether need to break certain key area, right? Multiple areas actually, right? To be very bearish. And I said it multiple times also. On the macro scale, let's go on Poloniex. Let's get some Doom Boys analysis, because Ether, we can. If we break the that's a macro scale we're going to be talking about. Ether, I'm not talking about today, all right? I don't think Ether gonna drop that low regarding what we're gonna talk about next. So it's not gonna drop that low today. So let's go on Poloniex, all right? Let's take a look at the weekly basis. So if you take a look at Ether on the macro scale, since like the last bull run, right? The bottom of the last bear market, right? So you can see like a Ether is pulling back down to roughly, you see, that's why you don't want to use regular you know, Fib retracement. You want to use a log scale, like Aldo said, right, multiple times. So you can see like we pull back to 50% pullback, right? So if we drop down, if we break, if like we break $100, I don't think we're gonna be going down like to $80 again. Okay, that's something that you gotta keep in mind. And at the same time, we've been constantly making lower highs. Okay, lower highs. Okay, lower and lower. All right, and we already established like a you know, lower lows also. So Ether is not making any bullish uptrend as of now. All right, even though we got a lot of hype, the chart is not saying like we're bullish. We got to be able to at least start like a trending upward, break this high, break that high, and then we can start saying like, oh, we're making, you know, high highs now, so we can basically start looking for, you know, higher lows and stuff like that, you know, higher highs, higher lows. But as of now, nothing is basically saying Ether is in a bull run, even though it is bullish, like, you know, just on the current uptrend. Yes, it is bullish. We're above the 25 weekly moving average. We can wait much longer to say, hey, we can even hit like a $2,000 Ether, right? But as of now, if we break this level of 50% pullback, which is just about like $100 to $80, I don't think we're gonna be dropping like to $60 and so like a 75. We can dip all the way down, okay, even down to like a $40 either. We can drop 50%, you know, below the support level. All right, so let's keep that in mind, which is basically like $46, 0.618. So if we break this, once again, if we break this double bottom, just like BC did like at 6K area, we did not drop like to a 5,500, because most of us were pretty much like some moon boys and saying like, oh, if BC breaks like 6K, we got 5K 5K level as a support. Man, that's just some nonsense. So same thing, if like we're gonna be breaking like 86 to 88 level, right, which is 50% pullback exactly, we're going to be dropping down to $45 to a $50 range. Okay, at least a 45 to 50% drop, as you can see. All right, so keep that in mind. So I would at least keep, you know, save some cash for Ether. Okay, that's a macro scale. All right, so it's not like some, I don't want Ether to pump like to $300 and you be like, oops, you were calling for $50 Ether. It is not something like you're going to be looking for within the next like a few weeks. Okay, could be like a, you know, a few months. Yeah. So let's keep that in mind. That's a Ether macro scale. XRP macro scale, we talk about it multiple times. I know most of you guys are pretty much familiar with the XRP multi-weeks targets. BC is dropping again, 94.21. So let's see, guys. I think we're gonna get back to a low 9K. So yep, 94.19. XRP BTC. So XRP BTC, I got a good news for you guys. Okay, you know, this pattern we got right there for the XRP bulls, we basically starting to basically establish a bullish pattern. So let's keep an eye on XRP. I'm not saying it is going to be pumping, but at least for the short term, we got a very good, you know, chance. Okay, within this range, if we retest the top, I mean, we still can drop all the way down to like this range of 1,000 sats, right? All the way down, possibly 500, but I wouldn't be waiting for 500. Would be accumulating at, you know, 1,100 more XRP at 1,100 down to like a, you know, 1,000 sats, something like that, right? In that range, depending on the structure. But as of now, it is looking bad in a good way. I don't know how to say it. It is looking bad, but it could lead it could lead us to some very, very big move very, very shortly. All right, and XRP doesn't say bye bye. Okay, see ya. It doesn't say that. It just pumped. It just pumped, right? So it just doesn't say all that bye bye. See ya. It just pumped. Hey, what's up, KFO? Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Thanks a lot for tuning in. So keep an eye on XRP BTC. I said it. We could be going all the way back to 2014 prices. Don't be surprised, right? If you see XRP at 1,000 sats to like a 500 sats, that's another 50% drop versus BTC. So right now it is better to hold BTC, right, than hold XRP. If you think like BTC is going to be going up, you rather hold some BTC than hold some XRP, right? So if XRP drops, you take your BTC and buy XRP. Oh, if that's too complicated, you're thinking like both BTC and XRP going to be dropping in fiat value, you just hold fiat, right? For instance, if you think like BTC going to be dropping down to 5K, you don't want to hold BTC, right? You just want to, you know, hold your fiat, and then you can buy twice more, you know, you can, for instance, if you had one BTC, you can buy 2 more BTC at 5K, right? So same thing with XRP. XRP could drop like 50 to 75%, right? And you can buy 3 times more XRP, right? Or 4 times more XRP. So yes, I do see a correlation between the Dow Jones and BTC. I just don't have time to talk about it today. So, but let's see if I can maybe next time. Maybe next time I'll talk about it, but there is a big correlation. All right. So as you can see, like back in for the Dow Jones, right? Back in 2016, right there. That's when we started pumping basically for BTC. Okay, we bought them just about like October 2015. Roughly around like July 2016. Basically, that's when the bull run started for crypto, when we basically started making a new high. As you can see, as soon as we broke the new high, I mean previous all-time high, and making a new all-time high, you can see like we started pumping. Okay, crypto started pumping at the same exact time. Okay, same exact time, right? And the Dow Jones made a correction, a 3-way move. This was just a correction. Okay, it was a correction. And basically crypto basically just, you know, dumped, right? And the Dow started pumping back up. Crypto started pumping also 2019, right? They both bottom at the same time, and you can see like March, February, they both dump. So the correlation is not on the you cannot find it like on the day-to-day basis. You have to look at it on a yearly, on the weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. All right, because the time difference can be like a month or 2 months, right? But if you just take a look at like on a yearly basis, you can see like all crypto basically started pumping like October 2016, roughly around October, right? October, as soon as basically, you know, Trump was elected, you can see like everything started pumping. All right. So what does it tell you? All right, they both dump at the same time, and they both pump at the same time, right? BTC pump like over 100%, right? So the Dow also pumped like nearly, let's see, that's a beautiful pump, almost 50% pullback. All right, that's a lot. Okay, so let's see if both of them going to be correcting, because if we just take a look at the previous move, we could say like either in terms of wave analysis, this 1, 2, okay, you got wave number 3, 4, and 5, right? You could count it like this, all right? Or you could count it like a 1, and then you're going to be getting your wave number 5. So that's also a very valid way of looking at it. So let's see, we might you know, make a new all-time high within the next few weeks or a few months, all right? But as of now, we got a rejection. Let's see if we're going to be able to break 2700 range. All right. Because on the 6-hour time frame, we also retested 6-hour 100 EMA, just like BTC. Okay, that's a 12-hour 100 EMA. As you can see, BTC, I was expecting BTC to retest what? 12-hour 100 EMA. As you can see, the Dow also retested 12-hour 100 EMA, same exact price level. Okay, so the correlation is not, you cannot, you know, you cannot look at them on a day-to-day basis, but you know, I would say like a quarterly, you know, at least look at them quarterly. All right, monthly to quarterly. Hey guys, make sure to hit the likes, man. Let's go back to BTC. So BTC is dumping 9407. So big rejection, you know, big rejection. So beautiful. So like I said, that was impulse. So we got this move, so we can still make this move again. So don't, if you're still bearish, so you just have to wait. Don't put your stop loss too close. I'm in a short, right? So, but I'm not worried. Okay. Smash the like. Make sure to likes, guys. Make sure to share your content to your other, premium group and your other public group also. All right. So let's try to get Send Crypto to 3K before BC hit 3K. So if you're a Moon Boy, make sure to because if Send Crypto stays at 2.2K subscribers, most likely BC gonna hit 2.2K. So make sure. I shouldn't say that for these Doom Boys, man. Most of them gonna unsubscribe so BC can drop lower. So, but if you're a Moon Boy, make sure to subscribe so we can intercept BTC before it breaks 2K. All right, let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. Got rejected 100 EMA on the 5 minutes. You can see like a nice support, pumped it upside. Now it is acting as a resistance. So if it pumps it upside, it looks like it wants to go higher. Our side got reset, so you could just say, I could wait for my MACD to get a little high. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this move. All right, I'm not saying we're gonna get it, but that's impulse, that three-way move, 9480 range to 9500 again, and then it is going to be a short opportunity to get this move down and then get this one down, right? So and then you're gonna get your impulse wave down. The world economy looks great, man. The Dow Jones about to hit 30,000. I mean, it doesn't look good, but they buying everything, so it's nothing you can say. 40 million unemployment, and we're still going up. Alright guys, make sure to hit the likes, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join the public Telegram group. Zilliker start to move sideways. Okay, Zilliker, we started to see like some selling pressure, but no divergence so far. It is still a hold, but the thing is, you don't know how deep it's gonna drop. It can drop and pump back up. So even if you sell now, you got a chance to buy back around like 200 and maybe sell again around like a 250. So it is still a hold, right? Until basically we basically make a low, make a lower high, and then make a lower low, and then you get rid of it. But as of now, it is still a hold, but it's not a buy. A buy level could be like a low to $100, not dollars, 200 sats. I mean, I think Stratus all-time high is like, I think Stratus hit $10, something like that, right? So let's take a look at Strats on Sats. You can let's see. Let's take a look at on Bittrex. Bittrex has better. I can't find Stratus and USD. For some reason it's not coming out. Can't find it. Stratus. Okay, now I find it, right? So I don't know why. So yeah, that sucker was $21. It was like $21, right? So let's see. It is yeah, versus a dollar. It could be. It could basically retest the 5 cents versus a dollar. That's the thing also. If you just like want to trade it versus a dollar, it could go all the way down to like a 5 cents, right? Current price is 36, right? So but it retested. It seems like we retested 0.786. Let's see. So okay, we just dumped down to 0.786, 0.618, 0.786. So let's see, we gotta either double bottom, pump back up, and then basically come back down. You can make it like that, right? You can do it like that. So double bottom, pump back up, and then retest this low. We haven't seen any pullback, any pullbacks yet from Stratus, a massive one. So it's been going down forever. So it's almost, whoa, 99.4, 99.5. That's a lot, guys. It almost dropped like 200x from the top. That's a lot, guys. From 20, almost like $25 all the way down to 11 cents, right? So 100x of that going to be, you know, $11, right? So 200x going to be what, $22 range. So it drops more than 200x, just like Nano. Most people pretty much forget about like Nano drop like almost like, you know, almost like 100x, right? From the top, because Nano was like $37 and we dropped down to like 26. That's like you have to multiply by 100, right, to get a $26. I mean, you know, at least $26 or so. XLM still a hold, at least for the short term. It can give us a pullback, but it's not guaranteed it's going to pull back anytime soon, right? So So XLM is still a hold, at least for the short term. On a 3-day basis, volume is decreasing, price is decreasing. If it drops below this range of 6,000, 7,000 range, it is going to be a I'm going to be looking for more entry for XLM, all right? But as of now, it is still a hold, because you're not sure. I'm not sure if like we're going to be dropping, dip, okay, in this range to basically get another touch before trying to break this level of 800 to 900 range. That's the resistance. So let's see if we're going to be able to break it. But next support level for XLM going to be this range of 6,000 to 7,000 range. Not saying it's going to moon or anything. I'm just saying it is on accumulation. And if like XLM going to respect market structure of like a Zilliqa, Digibyte, and all that good stuff, right, we could be looking for almost like a 2,000 level, right, which is almost another 3x move. BTC is dumping, guys. It is dumping. It is dumping. It's dumping. So as you can see, you just gotta recognize this pattern for BTC. It likes to do it a lot. That's the same pattern, the type of V-shaped recovery we're getting from a 3K area. On the 5-minute chart, that's the same structure it is doing. Same exact structure. It basically loves this pattern. Okay, you just have to recognize it. That's the same exact pump, the same exact channel we got on a daily basis. We're making it on a low degree. That's a March flat correction, and that's a pump right there. You know, right around like a 7K breakout, and right now that's the we're just making the 10K level breakout right there. So that's the same exact structure. Looks ugly, but that's the same exact. You can see kind of a falling, you know, a rising wedge, break to the downside, break to the downside. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. It's been like an hour and a half. Let's take a look at Dragon Chain. I think Dragon Chain is it's a privacy coin, right? Let me know if it is a privacy coin. It looks good so far. It is still a hold. Looks good. Next resistance area to look for, right there. Almost 2,500. I mean, almost 2,500. Okay, 22 to 2,500. Haven't seen any divergence yet, right? On the 3-day basis, we haven't seen a recovery like this. So let's see if we're gonna get this move and get this divergence. That's what you need to look for. Volume is decreasing, price is decreasing. That's accumulative. So let's see. But you never know with these alts. Sometimes they can just wick to the downside and, you know, try to hit your stop loss and stuff like that. But as of now, it is still a hold. Haven't seen this basically a structure. I mean, it started just about like January, February when we pushed it upside. It is basically doing the same thing every alt is doing. February we got this pump, right? And then we got the fake out, which is basically a double bottom, right? And now we're getting the initial pump. So I would just hold it at least for the short term. I don't follow it, Dragon Chain, right? So hey, what's up, Jordan? Gold. Let's do it. Let's do it like the XUV. I think I got it on my watch list. All right. So for gold, I'm still so gold we got like a multiple setup we could be anticipating within the next few, I would say a few years, right? So that's bearish and at the same time bullish. If you're bullish for gold like a long term, we could basically look for a possible pullback, right? Either a double bottom or a pullback below like a the previous low on the macro scale. All right, now I'm not saying we're going to do it like today, okay, because I don't want you to see like gold hit like 1900. You're like, oh, Sen Crypto said we're going to be dropping. All right, so but on the macro scale, we could count this as a 5-wave move to the upside. Either we're going to expect like this wave number 4 to be either a triangle or basically it could be narrow too. All right, a triangle or basically a 3-way move zigzag. All right, because you can clearly see we got a 5-way structure for gold right there. We got a clean 5-way structure. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this move to the upside, you could count it as a 1, 2. That's a 3-way move pullback, and then you got this push to the upside, which is also another zigzag. All right, so you got 5, 3, and then you're gonna look for this 5-way move down. That's the way I'm looking at it as of now, right? For a possible retracement all the way down to even like $1,100 to $1,000 range, right? So, but that's a long-term view. Can we push higher and retest like a 1900? Absolutely, but as long as we do not break 1900, this move is pretty valid, right? The other, if you want to look at it aggressively, right, and you're thinking like that's already the bottom, you could make a valid argument, right? This is a 3-way move pullback, 1, 2, and 3, and then we got 1, 2. That's your third wave. Number 3 could go all the way up to like even 2000, 4, and then 5 wave. Okay, and then we're gonna eliminate this WXY correction, and then say this is the wave number 4, right? And then we're gonna be looking for wave number 5. So that's another valid way of looking at it, more aggressive way of looking at it. But if you moderate and you know, you're looking for a pullback, you would be going with the other scenario, right? But as long as we do not break 1900 to 2000 area, that's the move I'm looking for, a possible retracement down to like a $1,100 to $1,000 gold. Right, so hey, what's up, Anhar? Make sure to hit the likes. Thanks a lot for the insight. Make sure to hit the likes and subscribe if you haven't done so. For those of you guys asking questions regarding alt, all right? So Swift, USD, I never heard that coin, man. Yeah, you gotta be careful with these coins, man. Like, when they pump a coin, you might think like it's never gonna drop. So it creates a lot of sense of FOMO. Man, I don't even know. This coin doesn't have enough history for me to analyze, but it has long history. It's long enough. Yeah, I mean, I would be careful with this coin. Already pumped massively. If you bought it at the top, already retested June prices. As you can see, I keep telling you, pay attention to if a coin retests June prices within the last 3 months, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it, right? So you can see like June prices, bang, accumulation probably above the 3-day 21 EMA, accumulation, bang, did not give you time to think, just push to the upside. That's what I'm saying. This alt, when they start pushing, you don't have time to think. Okay, they don't give you time to like strategize. You have to strategize when they move in sideways. It gives you since like August, September, okay, 2019, all the way up to like March 2020. It's been moving sideways over like 6 to 8 months. It's been moving sideways. If you did not buy it in this range, you do not want to buy it like at, you know, almost like 3,000 sats, something like that. All right, so Yeah, you don't want to buy it at almost like, I think 3,000 sats. It's pretty expensive too. I think it's 17 sats. I might be, let's see. Current price is, yeah, that's pretty expensive. That's 3,000 sats, man. $26.36. That's pretty expensive. That's more. It's Digibyte going to Mars. It's not going anywhere, man. Digibyte already hit June prices. They're all the same, man. Do not fall for that. That's the same thing with VChain last September when VChain was pumping above 100 sats. I told you guys, it's not going anywhere. You know, it's just giving you a trend. I mean, I don't do BTC, so I mean USDT, so I don't. But we can check it. You don't have one versus USDT, so I can't find any. Oh, okay, X. Sorry, this one. Okay, it's almost like 0.001, like one tenth of a penny. I don't know why it was telling me it's like 3,000 sats. I mean, yeah, it is done, man. I wouldn't mess with it. I already give you the recipe. You got impulse, you got three-way move pullback, you're gonna get another impulse. So I would wait to buy much lower. This coin could be, you could see like another 2 decimals. I'm just saying, but you could see like another sideways correction within the next few months. Let's go back to BTC. Right, BTC 3-day chart, guys. We do not want the 3-day chart, guys, to turn bearish on the MACD. It's not gonna look good, guys. It's not going to look good. As you can see, the pump we got from 3K to 14K. As soon as we got this crossover on like the first week of July, that's it. That was it, guys. You can see we basically waited to get a double bottom, bullish divergence before we pump. So if we get this crossover on the 3-day chart, it means we're gonna have to drop down, get a double crossover, bullish crossover before getting another move to the upside. All right. So I said it on the 5-day chart a long time ago, right? When BTC was right there. So BTC was right there at the top 10.5 level, and I was like, next level we're going to be looking for is we're going to have to wait for our 5-day chart to drop and give us a divergence, because we got one on the 2-day chart, right? We had one on the 2-day chart right there. That's when we got almost the pump, right, from December 2019 pump, right? And we got one on the 3-day chart, the double bottom, which was better. And we got one on I was like, now the 5-day chart and the 4-day chart going to be basically acting as a possible bullish, giving us a possible bullish divergence, right? So as you can see, 2-day and 3-day give us a bullish divergence, 4-day and 5-day give us a bullish divergence. So we pumped it upside. I said it since since April, not April, but since February. All right, so April, I said it also, even though I'm bearish, right, we can pump all the way up and double top to 10, 10.1 to 10.5. But once we hit 10.1 to 10.5, volatility gonna be, we're gonna get a lot of volatility. And most people now are gonna tell you something you're probably not gonna hear anybody talking about right now. This basically head and shoulder. As soon as we retrace down to 63, they're gonna be like, oh, BC is making a head and shoulder formation. I'm telling you, I told you all of this stuff like when BC was like 68. So let's keep that in mind. Do not fall for that possible head and shoulder formation right there. We're gonna get some type of corrective move right there, and then they're gonna call it a head and shoulder inverse. You know what I mean, right? So we're gonna get this move. So is it possible? Yes, but even if we pump back up up to 10K after retesting like 0.618, you just don't want to do this. That's one thing you just don't want to do. Okay, that's one thing you don't want to do. All right, especially if we break and close below 6,300. I showed you on a monthly basis, right? On a monthly basis, we do not want to get a close below 63. Okay, we don't want to get a close below it. So if we get a close below this level and you're gonna start basically, drawing this nonsense, right? You're not gonna get there. You're most likely not gonna go back to like a 96 to 10K area, right? So let's keep that in mind within the next few months, not to close below 63, right? Because we could, start a new chapter, down in this area. So we spent like almost since like we broke this level of October 1st, right? That's when we basically closed just about like 6,400, right? So as you can see, since we spent like October till October, almost like 12 months above this area, October until October, right? November 1st, right? We started dropping. So that's 12 months we stayed above like this area, okay? And basically took us just about like 6 months, right? We started November, December, January, February, March, April, 6 months, right? We spent it below this level of 6K area, and then basically we spent almost another year. All right, so another year above it. So as you can see, like this entire move was 1 year. This entire move is also 1 year. Okay, also 1 year. So if we break it now, we could spend at least another 6 months to 1 year. I'm not doing any time analysis, but I'm just showing you like how markets basically tend to fool us. All right, but this entire structure was 1 year. This one is also 1 year. So we're gonna need at least another 6 months to 1 year below this area of 6K level. Okay, what's up, Jeff? That's what I just tried to explain to you. All right, we don't want to close below this area. If like we close below on a monthly basis below 63, that's it. Okay, it could be very, very, very volatile, very brutal for the bulls. Okay, but best thing to do is just buy the dip after that, because it's not going to be all that bearish. $500 BTC, $1,000. I mean, you don't care about that. If we retest like a 3K to 4K area, it is just accumulative. Okay, and then you wait for the next 6 to 8 months for us basically to probably retest like a 6,500, because you could buy all the way down like to 2K and 3x your money. You don't care if it pumps above it, because you already sold out. You sold at 3K, you buy at 3K, sell at 6K, and then you can wait for for the next setup. It could take another 3 to 6 months to get another setup also, right? So let's pay attention to these wicks, guys. They don't play. They don't basically. We do not get these wicks for no reason. Back in back in 2018, February 2018, when we dipped down to like 55, we did not pay attention to it. Most people were like, oh, we got this reversal hammer candle. Now we're going to the moon. Now we got the same thing. Are we going to the moon? We're most likely going to come back down to it. Okay, keep that in mind. So this level below 6K area going to be playing a crucial role. So Give me 1 second, guys. All right. So guys, we got 40 watching, so ensure to hit the likes. I think PHB is a high performance something. PHB, BTC, Red Pulse. Let's take a look at on the weekly. Let's see. Okay, it is making a high lows as of now, above 3-day 21 EMA. Not sure if like it is the beginning of the sideways correction or a possible impulse, but as of now it is a hold, right? Accumulation going to be right around this area of 20, roughly around like let's see, let's do this. Just about this area of 1800 to basically 20 to 100 range if like the bears decide to drop the price down, but as of now it is a hold above the 3-day 21 EMA. And once again, target price June 20, roughly around it looks too bullish, man, because I can't even find like it's been dropping so bad I can't even find like the June prices. That's the June prices right there, so which is pretty bullish. All right, if like we're gonna retest the that level, it's like 500% move, but not saying we're gonna go there straight. So not sure if we already establish a new trend, like it could be this falling wedge within the next few months. That's also possible, so keep an eye on this falling wedge and buy the dip for the next push to the upside. Hey folks, you need a BTC. I mean, it's all about timing. I said it like I just said it. If you're bullish, you can still wait, because market might just need to correct down before pumping. Like let's say it can correct down, because most people bought. You can take a look at this. Most people bought the dip. You can see this big reversal candle, right? So it's gonna come back down, and you know, most people are gonna put their stop loss right now at 92. You know, because they want to put their stop loss in green. It's gonna come back down, hit all these stop losses, and basically go back and hit all these stop losses before doing any move. So if you're bullish, you might just suck it up, put a stop loss below 9K, and if you're bearish, you might suck it up and put a stop loss below 95. So I mean above 95, sorry. I mean, that's a very good very good question. Sometimes when the RSI is completely, I said it right. When MACD get a crossover, I don't pay attention to it, depending which time frame you're looking at. So let's say right now we got a MACD, we already got a MACD crossover yesterday, right? So I wasn't paying attention to it anymore because I know it has a slow reaction. So I'm going to be paying attention to basically RSI. RSI is more reactive than a MACD, right? Because it only has one line. MACD has two lines, right? Two moving averages, and one the orange line is the indicator, right? Line. So pay attention to your RSI. You look for possible divergence. I said it live yesterday, right? And I was like, after we drop down to this level, bulls, they're gonna need to support this area next. Bears, they're gonna need to reject the price right there and let the bulls have some fun buy right there. It is just a game. It's not about like you bullish or you bearish. You just have to understand the game, right? You got unlimited play. It's not like you're gonna get kicked out. As long as you get some funds, you got unlimited play. So you play the game. Reversal is gonna push back up roughly around like a 21 to 100 EMA. It's going to get rejected. You look for your 0.618, rejection. You reject right there, and now you become a bull, and then you buy right there, and then you take it to the upside right there, right? For either another rejection, if you take it to the upside again, you want to close some of your profits, right, at least, and then look for a possible overextended move, which is going to give you your ABC correction down, right? And then you look for this move. But everything, it is just going to be basically a correction, okay? It is just a correction. Not sure if the correction going to be a triangle also, right? You see, you can make this triangle right there, which is basically A, B, and C. You don't know. You just don't know. Okay, but you use your moving averages and your Fibonacci's to take profit and short and put stop loss, right? Okay, take profits right there, long right there, take profit probably right there again, or put stop loss at entry in case it wants to make a triangle, right? You see, you don't know. It's very hard to tell. And it becomes very, very hard when you're trying to beat the market. You cannot beat the market. No one can beat the market, right? You cannot beat the market. The only thing you can do is take profit between the range. Okay, the ranges, right? You got one range 95 to 9100. You want to cover this range like a 94 to 9150, 300 points range, right? Roughly. But don't try to cover everything, okay? To try to buy everything and sell everything. That's when you're gonna get in trouble. That's why I like to close 60, 70, sometimes even 80% of my position, and let the market do the rest. So you're safe. But if you try to sell at 95 and then you want to buy back exactly at 9100, you're gonna be very stressful. SIA coin. We talked about SIA yesterday. It is a hold. I think it's at 30 sats. All right, guys. I'm just gonna call it a day. We're gonna talk about STX tomorrow. I gotta go now. Pretty tired. It's been like 2 hours of live stream. I haven't been live streaming for a very long time. So now 1 hour of live stream, I get tired. But I used to live stream like for 4 hours, 6 hours, but I gotta get my energy back. So if you're looking to join the premium group, send me a message. Make sure to join the public Telegram group, link in the description. If you cannot access the Telegram link, let me know. All right, so let me see. Hey, what's up, HR? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Link in the description. You can basically join our. We got almost 800 traders in the group. It is absolutely great, guys. We got some great guys. We got a lot of traders, man. A lot of good traders. So in there, most of them got their own strategy. Sometimes I'm longing and they're shorting, but the goal is to make profits. Like right now, we got people longing, and then I'm shorting. So, but we all gonna make profits because if you long BTC from 94, and you got your stop loss at below 9K, and then I'm shorting from right there, and I'm taking profit, and it can go back up. So we all gonna make profit. So it's not about like, taking the other people, the other trader money or anything like that. It's just about making profits. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, man. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I might be going live just about the same time tomorrow. So stay tuned. All right. So do not do anything crazy. Oh, it's only 1 hour. It feels like 2 hours for me. It's been a long